I'm the last one. You guys are doing well. We're almost to the end. Don't worry. So, what do you get when you cross Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Led Zeppelin? The dream of a stairway to heaven. This week's Torah portion. Yeah. So as you've heard, in Jacob's dream, God comes to Jacob and tells him that he will protect him and bless him and his family and return him to the land that he is leaving. Jacob awakens from that dream spiritually and physically and says, God was in this place and I didn't know it. Some people search their entire lives looking for God, and Jacob takes a nap and discovers that you don't have to search for God because God is already there. Rabbi Shefa Gold writes that courage, curiosity, and compassion can greatly help you on your journey to find God. Frank L. Baum uses those same virtues to help 4 companions find their way in The Wizard of Oz. I bring up The Wizard of Oz because it's a wonderful story that both connects Jacob's ladder and my previous bat mitzvah. Around 15 years ago, my mother gave a blessing at me and my brother's b'nai mitzvah, and she used The Wizard of Oz as a metaphor for life. Now, I don't really remember much of that. All I remember is thinking, how much longer do we have to stand here, and is she going to cry? Back then, I was most like Toto, cute and quick to obey, but showing no initiative. I had no connection to what I had learned, and I only learned part of what I was assigned. I stand before you today, still on the yellow brick road of life, and like Dorothy from Kansas and her traveling companions, the Scarecrow, Tin Man, and Lion, I am on a journey, searching for my heart's desire. I am searching for meaning in my life and my faith. Curiosity has driven me to become a bat mitzvah for the 2nd time. Just as the Scarecrow sought a brain, I have sought knowledge, especially about Judaism. I am curious about most things and people I encounter, but Judaism is what I have focused on the last several years. I attended Sunday school from preschool through 10th grade, but it's difficult to learn when you're an unwilling student forced out of bed on the weekends. It wasn't until I went away to college that I grew curious about Judaism. I was tired of people asking me basic questions about my religion and not knowing the answers. I was embarrassed several Jews on campus had such strong Jewish identities, and they seemed so much more devout than I. The Scarecrow and I felt an emptiness in addition to empty-headedness. I sensed I was missing something. I took some Judaism classes, but I learned the most from and was inspired the most from the campus rabbi. She welcomed and encouraged all of my questions, and her discussions and lectures made me want to learn more. I jumped at the opportunity to take this class because Cantor Jackie is very similar. She has so much patience for all of my questions and always challenges me to learn more. Thank you so much for that. My curiosity drives me to seek new experiences and a greater understanding of people, places, and things. That curiosity has helped develop my heart in the form of greater tolerance and compassion. I have always identified with the Tin Man who sought a heart because the generosity of our heart is often the true measure of our character. As I've matured and learned more, my compassion has deepened. I am fortunate to have had a first-class education, and I've traveled much of the Middle East, Europe, and most of the United States. I am keenly aware of the abundant blessings on my life compared to the hundreds of millions of people who lack the basic necessities. Beyond the luxuries that I enjoy, I am also surrounded by more love and support than anyone could ever hope for. In my heart of hearts, like the Tin Man, I want everyone to experience the warmth and comfort of love and the satisfaction of connecting to other people. The problems of the world are great and complex, and I am only one small person with a big heart. What can I do? What can any of us do? I've discovered that we each have the power to make a difference in the lives of other people in small ways. I believe that the power of one, when exercised by many, can change our lives and even the world. My personal campaign is buying one extra non-perishable food item every time that I go to the grocery store. I usually go for the 2-for-1 sales. I collect up all those items and then I donate them to the local food banks, and I've encouraged my family and friends to do the same. I am one person doing something small and helping many. Showing a little heart goes a long way, whether it's sending a card or a note to a friend in need, congratulations or cheer, calling a friend going through a rough time, and never underestimate the raw power of a hug. Traveling through the dark and scary forest, the cowardly lion doubted he had the courage to even find his heart's desire. I am luckier than the lion because I was born with an abundance of hope and optimism. It's just always been there. And as I've grown and faced challenges, many more than most people my age, those have helped me and give me courage to fight like a lion. This doesn't mean that I never experience fear. I do. But my courage gets me through those darkest days, and it helps me to do whatever needs to be done. I often give myself little pep talks. Oh, come on, Katie. It's only temporary. You're stronger than whatever challenge is coming. Life is too wonderful. You've got so many people rooting for you. Don't let down your fans. Now, I haven't had God speak to me and reassure me as clearly as Jacob did in his dream, but I do often have an inner calm when I should be freaking out. Maybe that is God reassuring me, giving me the courage of a lion. As Dorothy did at the end of her journey, I have a sense of wholeness, of home. I am grounded in who I am. I got to this point because of curiosity that inspired learning, experiences that pulled on my heart and poured out compassion, and difficulties that demanded courage. I've had these gifts all my life, but I didn't understand them or appreciate them until I was older. Similarly, I am reaching for the heavens and searching for God. What I've discovered, however, is that perhaps there's a bit of God in each of us. People spend their whole lives looking for God, and yet Jacob found God right next to him. Maybe this Torah portion suggests that if we only open our eyes, our hearts, and our minds, we too might discover God. Dorothy said it the best. If I ever go looking for my heart's desire again, I won't look any further than my own backyard, because if it isn't there, then I never truly lost it to begin with. Ein makom kimo habait. There's no place like home.
Usually I pick on the bar mitzvah kids. So Katie, you just have to stand up and show everyone your shoes, please. That's the kind of class we have.